Now, the 22nd International AIDS Conference begins in Amsterdam today amid warnings from experts that the epidemic risks coming back and spiraling out of control. Though death rates are falling, rising populations in hard-hit areas and funding problems have hampered efforts to control the illness in recent years. Now, there are urgent calls on how the disease is treated and controlled. So in new data released by the United Nations AIDS program, there are 39.7 million people worldwide living with HIV. Though new HIV infections have been reduced globally by 47% since the peak in 1996, women, sex workers and men who have sex with men still account for the 47% of new infections globally. Well, joining us live now is Dr. Linda Gail Becker, president of the International AIDS Society. Thank you very much for joining us on the program today. Clearly, looking at the numbers, we've come a long way, but the epidemic is far from over, isn't it? What else still has to be done?
Well, Tessa, thanks for having me. That's absolutely right. Whilst we've made terrific progress, particularly the report tells us 22 million people on treatment, there are still at least 50 countries around the world where infections have actually been increasing. And clearly, we're nowhere near epidemic control if we still have incidents on the rise, particularly in our sites as the Central Asia, Eastern Europe region, where we've seen a 60% increase in infections.
Yeah, so why is there such a discrepancy? I mean, where is the problem?
Well, I think, there has been a lot of focus on treatment, which I think is absolutely correct. But we're asking the world to once again relook at prevention. Prevention is really important for any infectious disease. And we now have tools that we can deploy to make sure that people don't become infected. And we need countries to really put resources, effort, energy, and policy decisions into getting prevention scaled up.
All right, and just very quickly, we don't really have much time. Who is most at risk at this point?
Well, we call those populations key populations, and they include, as you say, men who have sex with men, people who sell sex, and people who use and inject drugs, as well as many other vulnerable populations who can't access services because of stigma or policy.
All right, still a lot to be done there. Thank you very much, Dr. Linda Gail Becker, president of the International AIDS Society.